defines us. It gives us the opportunity to grow.
A dairyman's life isn't a walk in the park.
Dairy, it just doesn't matter what plan you walk out to the barn with in the morning, chances are you're not going to stay according to that plan.
It's that excitement that keeps the Schilter family in business. Sunton Farms and Puget Sound for 3 generations.
You can see the bits and pieces of barley that's in there.
And counting, as 18-year-old Zach Schilter vows to take on the family farm.
My actual first name is Antone, and then my dad's name is Antone, and then my grandpa's name is Antone. So technically I'm Antone the Third, and just being able to have the honor of carrying on that family name and then being able to carry on the family legacy, it's an opportunity that not very many people get. And it's an opportunity that I want to take.
A proud legacy forged when his great-grandparents arrived in the U.S. from Switzerland through Ellis Island, starting off with just 70 cows.
Every day on the stool, milking.
Milking and working to expand to a 500-cow operation.
And this was just the dairy throughout the years.
But all around them, dairy farms are disappearing in Washington state and across the nation.
It is tough to sell out generations of people's livelihood in 3 hours.
After 70 years in operation, Bartelheimer Brothers Dairy shut down in 2010. An emotional day all farmers, including Michelle Schilter, hope they won't have to experience.
I can't imagine if we sold everything here on a Monday, what would we do on Tuesday? What would we do on Wednesday? What would we do in February when it's cold? And I just can't even imagine.
But that's the grim reality for dairy in Western Washington. The Dairy Farmers of Washington organization says the average dairy farm faces many challenges, including competition by big farms out-muscling small farms for contracts and resources. And more Americans drinking less cow milk isn't helping their bottom line. And there's more competition in the market. In your average dairy cooler, you'll start to see more brands with alternatives like coconut milk.
We have to be innovative, and we have to understand what the consumer wants and provide that product for them.
The Washington State Farm Bureau points to low milk prices as to why 85% of Washington dairy farms have closed over the last 15 years. Michelle argues another issue putting Washington dairy farmers out of business is not having anyone to run the operation.
When you're 60 years old and none of your kids want to come home and run the farm, they want to live in Seattle or live in Portland or live in Tacoma, and you don't have anybody to take over the farm, a lot of times that's when they sell out the cows.
That's why having Zach to take over the reins means Sunton Farms has a fighting chance to survive.
Possibly doing our own ice cream label or bottling our own milk, because I mean, as things are getting more difficult throughout the industry, just figuring out where our milk's going to go next.
But Dairy Farmers of Washington CEO Scott Kinney says the industry can't grow without more kids who didn't grow up on farms taking interest.
There are advertising positions, marketing positions, accounting. There's someone who has to go out and sell the feed. We have nutritionists, veterinarians.
Michelle says while they're facing an uphill battle, supporting dairy should be easy.
So much of the focus anymore is fresh and local and clean and healthy diets, and the product that we make fits that so perfectly.
In Chehalis, Nadia Romero, Q13 News.
Really